good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, Hugh, nice to see you off of a red carpet, actually.
Yeah.
That is true.
Normally where I've seen you before.
You have been on a few.
There's a pressure of like 90 seconds to ask all the right questions on those carpets.
Yes.
Do you enjoy those?
Enjoy is a rich word. I mean, they're not natural. It's not a natural place for a human being to. I think it would be strange to say, I wish I was on a red carpet.
I can't wait to get in front of those
Because
cameras.
anything can go wrong. The look could be off, something you say could be off. It's a little bit of
It's
pressure.
pressurized, and there's 100 people screaming at you.
Well, you were at the Met Gala.
I was.
Yes,
Yes,
with
Gala, yes.
Claire Danes, there you are.
You did nail the look, though, don't you? Do you think you nailed it?
Sure.
She looks stunning.
Yeah, and it kind of hurts your eyes to look at the picture.
But you made a creative choice. So how did that process work? Choosing to wear white and do the bow tie. What was
That's
that?
true. Well, there's some guidance in the sense that there's a theme, right? It was the Gilded Age, and I don't know why that made me want to dress all in white. But I feel I was gilded.
So that's a night of celebration, and it's a big deal.
Yeah.
What would a normal date night, not a normal night, but a normal date night be for you two?
Right. Well, I mean, truth be told, we have 2 kids. Most kind of haven't got anything to do nights tend to be at home with them. If we could get out and have dinner together, that would be lovely.
But you don't make it a disciplined date night. We fall off,
have not been good enough at doing that.
It's hard to do.
It is hard to do.
It's hard to stick
What
to.
do you do at home?
I cook.
You do? What do you cook?
Whatever my kids will eat.
What do they like?
Actually, thank God, they're quite generous.
They have a good palate?
Although they have a pretty good palate. Last night, my 3-year-old said, this looks like cat food, which is hard to hear. Although he was right.
It looked like it, but it didn't taste like it.
That's right.
Yeah,
You are the chef in the family.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
So how was the Downton screening with Cyrus?
Oh, it was good. It was actually, I took Cyrus, Claire came, and my parents, so it was full spectrum, kind of age. It was great, and I was most worried about his response because he's never seen like me or Claire in anything. So that was not a given that he might have run out screaming, Wow. And he said he was very, very happy, and he said at one point, whispered to me, "This is better than Encanto." I know. And that's why I was done. I'm good.
Amazing.
No.
That's the highest compliment a child can give right now.
It doesn't get better than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like an Academy Award.
You've seen the poster for Downton Abbey, right? Because that's what it says now.
Yes.
Better than Encanto.
That's the
Critics
tagline.
review. Critics say,
a 9-year-old.
do they speak? Your kids speak with British accent or American?
They are Americans.
Yeah, so they speak.
Yeah, mostly. We spent some time in England, obviously, when I was filming Downton, and I, for a second, held on to the idea that maybe they would veer back into the right lane. Don't mind me saying that, but that didn't happen.
But they're New Yorkers. And speaking of which, you joined Law and Order.
Yeah.
An institution. That's a New York institution.
I know. It was very surprising to me. But lovely.
How is the American New York accent for you? Is that something that comes naturally?
Well, I don't know if it's for me to say, but yes.
Wow. That seems hard to me, like to stick to it when you're in a scene.
I can't do any accents, and so, although I do sometimes when I'm traveling, ridiculously speak English with the accent of the local territory.
Yes, I have done that as well.
It's awful.
I don't know why we do that. It's very embarrassing.
Wait, say that again?
Wherever I may be, I will order food in English.
Or you started doing the hand gestures that you
with an Italian accent. It is horrible.
Right, it's just it's like a nervous tick.
But I'm trying to fit in.
Look, it's a very human attempt to communicate.
Yeah, it is.
But it's deeply embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
And also that people do British accents that are just generic and we don't know. Like I could do one, but I wouldn't know where it was from. Like, you know what I mean? Where?
Please.
I don't know. I don't normally speak with a British accent, but I'm willing to try.
All right.
Where am I from?
Ghastly or not ghastly?
Right, where are we from?
Let's get a break. We'll come back and talk about Downton Abbey, a new era, right after this with Hugh Dancy.
Downton Abbey, a new era. I am so excited. Please tell us about it.
Well, I guess as you may gather from that clip, this is Hollywood coming to Downton. I play Jack Barber, who's a film director, silent movie film director, because we're in the late 1920s, who arrives and asks if he can use the house to film in. And they say absolutely not, until he shows them the check, basically. And then they realize that maybe it was quite a good idea, in fact. And we show up and start trying to make a movie there.
And how was it working with Dame Maggie Smith? I mean, give us the dynamic of that before and after the takes.
That's interesting, because during the takes, it was kind of remarkable to me. She is obviously who she is, and she doesn't need to prove anything.
Legend.
But it was interesting seeing somebody who was at that level try something different every single time, right? Like turning, like showing up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It was just impressive.
Playing tennis with a great tennis player.
Yeah, for her own sake, not,
right.
you know. So that was great.
Amazing.
And also, she spends most of the movie, because as you can imagine, her character, the dowager, the least happy about like the movie people being in the house. So she spends most of the movie just dismissing actors, which as in that moment, which is very pleasurable of it.
And driving up to Highclere Castle, what was that? What did that feel like? The energy, the...
It's so unimpressive. It's just...
Subtle.
No, it's amazing. Like, the drive is... You know, you arrive there, and then you still have to drive 10 minutes to get to the house.
Wow.
And through these winding lanes, past the sheep and all the rest of it. And I was driving myself in there on day one, in fact, and I thought, I've got to record this. It is naturally cinematic, although in my case that meant pulling out my phone and And yeah, I thought I'll film this for my family. And then I thought it needed some music. It felt...
What was the soundtrack?
You produced a film.
Well, I started trying to... I was making my own film. I started trying to give the soundtrack, but then I realized halfway through that I couldn't remember the soundtrack.
Oh, right. Well, there's a list of TikTok songs that will probably go right through that drive.
I should do that, because at the moment, if you watch it, what you hear is me going...
Yeah, the juxtaposition of that
it lost something.
And I think so. Now, did you know much or any of the cast well before all this?
I knew Hugh Bonneville a little from way back when I was... I did a couple of, actually, costume dramas back in England.
Right.
We had worked together a couple of times. And beyond that, no, not really.
And will you continue to be friends with everyone?
Yes.
Okay, then it went well.
There you go.
Downton Abbey, a new era opens in theaters. See, I just did it. This Friday, May 20th. Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. A lesson in swim safety.